What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, man. It's going down today. We're going to be talking about the 2019 draft, what I think is going to go down. I'm going to give everybody about 1 minute to come in the room. We got a lot to discuss. I'm going to go ahead and give you my, I tried to do the mock draft, and after doing all my research and what I think is going to happen, it got so crazy in my mind. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk to you about our first round pick. I'm going to talk to you about our potential second round pick and our third round pick. But I'm going to tell you what moves we're going to make and everything, the different trades and all type of I'm just going to tell you what I think the Dolphins are going to do. It's also more of what I would like to see them do. Obviously, that's what most mocks are. But this is going to be interesting, guys. I hope you all have an opportunity to pay attention and you're not just busy and tuning in here and there, because this is a lot. But I think some of you all may be excited about it. This potential, and if it goes down this way, it'll be awesome, because I think this is what the Dolphins should do, man. So we're gonna give everybody about 30 seconds, and we're gonna get to it, man. Now I can close out my workday. Much appreciated. No problem, Terrence. I'm gonna fill my cup, then I'll be right back, and we'll get started, guys. See you soon. Woo! Let's go Dolphins, baby. Man. Oh, I'm excited, man. We getting closer and closer to the day, y'all. Hopefully they trade now and get another first round pick. That ain't what I got. It's not what I have. Y'all already know I was an advocate of trading down, but these opportunities that's coming out here right now, I don't know if I even want to trade down anymore. We'll talk about it, all right? Let me check. Whoa, got my helmet falling, baby. Hey, y'all see it? Y'all see it? Let me see if I can get it on. It don't work, baby. It don't work. Kyler Murray TD to Devontae Park. Hey, man, y'all ain't give up on that Kyler Murray talk yet. Come on, man. Y'all haven't given up on let me hold this, man. Y'all haven't given up on the Kyler Murray talk yet, man. Y'all still on Kyler Murray? I want to put this somewhere so y'all can see it, man. Yeah, that'd be, I don't know if it'll stay, but anyway. I'm starting to unpack some of those boxes and stuff with my TD fans talk stuff, man. I gotta feel like 4 or 5 boxes of it. I just opened up one, and I found my little drape and some of those things and my lighting and stuff. So we'll see, man. Excellent. We're going to trade up to get Kyler Murray. That's awesome. Now, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. We are not getting Kyler. Kyler's sup TD finally on to see you live. And be able to post with you. Shout out to you, Glenn Jordan. Good to see you sitting comfy. Exactly, man. I said, man, I gotta start getting comfy, relaxed. I got my big screen in front. You know, I got my little setup here, got a little small desk. It's probably how I'm gonna do it going forward. It's just that the wife would kill me if I keep it this way, so I'll probably be rotating stuff in and out. But everybody who's a basketball fan, let me say this before I get started. Go over to my other channel, TD Sports Talk. I'm going to be doing live coverage of many of the basketball games in the playoffs all the way up to the finals. I'll probably be doing about 50% of the games. So go subscribe to TD Sports Talk if you like basketball, the NBA, and go subscribe to that channel. I'm going to be getting started tomorrow, guys. TD, why don't you do a draft on fanspeak.com simulator? It's possible. I still gotta to get some of my boxes out and get some more of my monitors, my screen monitors, because I got my laptop, got a screen right here that I'm looking at y'all, even though my laptop is recording me, and then I'm looking at y'all on this screen. That's why I'm always kind of looking off instead of at the screen, because I don't like it on the laptop screen, and plus my son messed something up on it anyway. But then once I get my other monitor, I'm gonna start doing things where I'll be live and you can see what I'm doing. So you'll see a dual screen. So you'll see what I see, so I can play clips and all that type of stuff. I've done it before. It's just we still kind of getting settled in, man. We trade down and get offensive tackle from Alabama. Then round 2 center from Texas A&M. Ooh, almost. I like that idea, but not quite. Do you think Miami waits until next year and gets Tua? Possible. I mean, man, if we trade up, I want Bosa. Man, let me go ahead and get into it since y'all are trying to already spoil a lot of my stuff. But anyway, here we go, guys. First and foremost, Dolphin news today. They did bring in free agent running back Ty Montgomery. They're taking a look at him. So that's an important thing. The reason why I wanted to talk about that first is because that can impact our draft. That's what y'all have to realize. That can impact our draft. So bringing in a free agent running back, Ty Montgomery, not saying he's going to be that guy, that starter or nothing like that, but it can impact our draft because we already know we got Balaj, we got Drake, and we're thin at the position. We bring in another guy already, and now they're looking at Ty Montgomery. What are we trying to oh, he signed to the Jets? Well, never mind. I know that that's crazy. That means he just preferred the Jets because he met with the Jets yesterday, and today he's supposed to meet with the Dolphins. So obviously he went to the Jets, so it don't even matter, baby. And that probably further locks in what I'm going to talk about on the draft because I think that we're going to go ahead and get another running back mid-round in the draft, okay? I think around third or fourth round, we're going to be getting another running back, y'all. Just so y'all know, just so keep that in mind, all right? So let's dive right in. Let me go ahead and mark it mine because I got my little book down here because there's so much we got to go over. So, hey, I got some stuff, we got to talk about, man. All right, so here we go, man. First and foremost, let's get it out the way because my draft scenario does not have us trading up. And what I mean by trading up is scrapping the 13th pick and trying to get the 12th, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, trying to get a better pick. I do not have that in my mock. I'm going to let y'all know that now. I do not have that in my mock, okay? But if we do trade up, I want to give this caveat. The only reason we would trade up is for Nick Bosa. If we trade up, that means we want Nick Bosa and we're willing to pay for him. That's the only way we trade up. Outside of that, I don't see us trading up. Now, I do see us trading back, but hold on. Not in the first round, okay? Not in the first round. Now, I see somebody saying Duke Johnson wants to come home and play for the Dolphins. I like that move. We'll see if it happens because there's been talk about it. All right, but let's move on, all right? Let's move on. So let's talk about this mock draft, okay? The number 13th overall pick. TD has two players because I'm going to give an offensive option and a defensive option because Lord knows I could not decide. Oh my gosh, I couldn't just pick one player, man. It's just so hard. So I wussied out. I took the scapegoat and I said, let me pick an offensive player. Let me pick a defensive player, okay? If we go offense, guys, I'm telling you now with the 13th pick, we are going to get Jawan Taylor. We are going to get Jawan Taylor to replace Jawan James at the right tackle position. Chad Marshawn said, I'm down for Bosa. Me too. I'm down for Bosa too. But will we trade up to make that happen? I don't think we will, but if we do, we're going for Bosa, y'all. But offensive player at number 13, we will draft Jawan Taylor if we go offense at number 13. Okay? If we go defense at 13, if he's available, Lord, oh my gosh, if he's available, we will be trying to get Ed Oliver. Okay? That's who I have in my mock. Offense, Jawan Taylor, and defense, Ed Oliver. That's what I see happening. We're going trenches in the first round. Okay? If I had a choice, I would go Jawan Taylor, and I know that the defense is stacked, and I've been telling y'all this, that we cannot let up on this defense. But with some of the moves that we've been making, y'all have to understand my whole demeanor going forward, y'all. My entire demeanor going forward is coaches are responsible for everything going forward. I'm tired of looking at players and who ain't work out and who did. Coaches will be responsible in my mindset going forward, okay? So when we bring in all these defensive tackles and stuff out of the AAF and free agents and things like that, we're not bringing in much on the O-line to address the main issue that we've had over the last, 10, 15 years? So I would say if we go offense is Jawan Taylor, and if we go defense, which I still won't be mad if we go defense, we will be looking at Ed Oliver, okay? Oh, I got a hole in my mouth. I'm dropping my water. All right, so here we go. All right. That is our first round pick, okay? Second round pick. Here's where it starts to get crazy. Now, before I even go into the rest of these rounds, let me give y'all a caveat. We don't have a sixth round pick. The Miami Dolphins do not have a sixth round pick, y'all. We do not have a sixth round pick. We don't have a sixth round pick this year, okay? And I would like to say, I don't know if Big Dog 420 Fins fan is thinking the same thing as me when I say we don't have a sixth round pick. But if you're talking about the same thing, I agree. We don't have a sixth round pick yet. Okay? All teams, if you're missing a pick from trades and stuff, they love to get the pick back. That's just normal. Okay? All right? Now here we go. Second round, y'all. I have us making a trade in the second round. I personally believe we will be making a trade in the second round. Now, it doesn't mean, okay? It doesn't mean we're not going to have a second round pick. I think we're trading down in the second round. And if you haven't checked it out yet, y'all should go check out Jimmy Johnson's draft pick calculator. It kind of tells you what a second round pick is worth, what a third round pick is worth, all the way down to the seventh round in what the pick is. It's on a point system. And I kind of use that system because I think it's pretty much right on, okay? But here's what I think. We're going to trade down in the second round. Right now, we're the 16th pick in the second round, which is the 48th overall pick. I think we're going to get rid of that 48th overall pick and drop down to the 60s. But here's what it's going to allow us to do. It's going to allow us to stay in the second round a little later, but also pick up another third round pick, giving us two third round picks at the time now. At the time, two third round picks. Now that second pick in this that pick in the second round, I think that we're going to select Andre Dillard. If you don't know who Andre Dillard is, just go look him up. I'm not going to go too much in detail about these players because this stream might go too long, okay? I think we're going to pick up Andre Dillard. There's been rumblings about him, and when I went and looked him up, perfect opportunity for the Miami Dolphins to grab them another tackle, okay? I know that I said if we go offense, we're going Jawan Taylor. And that's like, okay, why would we? Now we have Laramie Tunsil, we got Jawan Taylor. Then we're going to waste the second round on Andre Dillard at tackle. I personally believe we're going defense in the first round and getting Ed Oliver. So I say, hey, this is the best opportunity for us to go Ed Oliver in the first round and go get Andre Dillard in the second round. Now, Andre Dillard is a guy who was 240 pounds in high school. Guys, over his college career, he blossomed to 310 pounds and has started his entire career and is like a man of steel because he hasn't missed a game in 2 years. And when I say led the conference, the number one tackle in his entire conference. Okay? This is huge for the Miami Dolphins. I think this is a huge opportunity, and I don't even know if that'll be a steal. That's if he's available, y'all. I don't see him in the top 60 of many polls, but then they got the Houston Texans possibly going after him in the first round. And that'll be the Houston Texans reaching. But if we don't get a reacher, he might sit there and be available. And I like this kid, man. He talks that good talk. Heard some of his interviews talking about, when I talk about the O-line, I think of me being a nickel, not the position. He said, you got to work as a unit. You can't be a penny. You can't care about being a penny. You have to care about being the overall nickel. 5 guys working together, making that nickel, not caring about the individual pennies. And all the scouting says he has great feet, great eyes, and great hands. And we know that's what Flores is looking for. Be on the lookout for this guy. Andre Dillard landing in Miami, potentially, y'all. Just be on the lookout for it, okay? Now, remember, we traded down in the second round in my mock. We traded down to get this guy later, and we pick up another third-round pick. That puts us at 2 third-round picks right now, okay? Now, watch this. I don't know how to explain this because right now we got 2 third-round picks in my scenario. But when it's all said and done, we're going to have 3 third-round picks. Let me explain. And that's why I like it. That's why I like it. We don't have to move down in the first round to get extra picks. That second-round pick is very valuable. It keeps us in the second and give us a third. Now, let me try my best to explain how we're going to turn these 2 third-round picks into 3. And we're going to take one of those third-round picks, okay? We're going to trade it for a later third round, which keeps us with 2 third-round picks and pick up a 4th. Now, I haven't got to the 4th yet, but that's going to give us 2 4th-round picks, okay? But we're going to take those 2 4th-round picks and trade back up into the 3rd. We're going to do this early on. That gives us a net of 3 third-round picks, okay? 3 third-round picks. Hopefully, let me repeat that just in case you didn't follow me. In the second round, we picked up a second, third-round pick. So going into the 3rd round, we got 2 third-round picks. But we're going to trade one of those 3rd rounds, okay? And pick up a later 3rd round and a 4th. Okay? So that's going to give us still the 2 3rd rounds and 2 4th rounds. But we're going to take those 2 4th rounds and we're going to move them up and get back into the 3rd, giving us 3 third-round picks. That gives us good value. You ain't got to scrap your first round just to get those. Stay in the first. Get you a solid staple player. Start your trading in the second, and you stay in the second. Trade more in the 3rd, and you stay in the 3rd. But now you got 3 third-round picks. Man, you can't ask for it better. You cannot ask for that better, man. You can't. And the value of 3 third-round picks, yeah, you could trade up and get another second. But with all the holes on our roster, I'd rather have the 3 third-round picks. And watch out, guys, in that 3rd round. You might be surprised if Miami Dolphins draft Will Grier. I mean, don't be surprised if the Miami Dolphins pick up Will Grier in the 3rd round. Will he be that guy? Who knows? But he's going to be on the roster trying to prove himself. I have the Miami Dolphins picking up a quarterback in the 3rd round and Will Grier. The other 2 positions, I have them finding a running back early in the 3rd round, especially with the Ty Montgomery information. And regardless of if Duke Johnson comes to Miami, we're still looking long-term. They will. I have Will Grier going to Miami in the 3rd round. I have them picking up a quarterback in the 3rd round. And I also have them picking up another offensive guard this time in the 3rd round. A guard in the 3rd round. 3 picks in the 3rd round. I love it. I love it. I love it. If this can happen, this is the way it can happen. And it works, y'all. It works. By the way, before I finish this mock draft, We will have 10 players in this year's draft that we will select. 10 players, okay? Now, I know what some of y'all are saying. We already don't have a 6th-round pick, and now we won't have a 4th-round pick either. It's important to have a pick in every round. If y'all notice, most teams, no matter what, they have a pick in every round, even if they go into a draft without picks in certain rounds, okay? Now, going forward, I'm not going to talk individual player per se because it would have took me forever to try to do a mock draft. I could throw out names all you want. When you get past the 3rd round, you don't know who the team is selecting. You don't know who they going to get, okay? I know people still do their mocks and all that. That's why it usually is 100% wrong, all right? And for those who get it right, I'll say 99% wrong, okay? We're going to talk about scenarios, okay? Now, not scenarios, but what I have. We're past the 3rd round, but I must say, we've drafted 5 players in the first 3 rounds. That is the biggest win. That is the biggest win that we can leave this draft having. I know everybody will say, hey, but if we move up and we draft Nick Bosa, that's the biggest win. Technically, it's not. If we can get 5 players in the first 3 rounds, I don't see any way we can have a bigger win. I don't care if we got to the 1st round twice and picked 2 players. I don't see how that's a bigger win, because that means we gave up so much on the back end. And you already see we need 32 players going into this. I know we filled a lot of it from the AAF. But this is what I come up with the best case scenario. But now let's move along to the 4th round, okay? We have a 4th round pick because remember, no. We don't have a 4th round pick because we got rid of them. We got 2 of them. We shifted to a 3rd. But let me tell you how we're going to get a 4th round pick back. Good old Ryan Tannehill. Good old Ryan Tannehill is going to allow us to get back in the 4th round this year. You know why? Because we got a 4th round pick next year for Ryan Tannehill. So we got 2 4th round picks next year. If y'all don't know that, we got 2 4th round picks next year. 2. Hold on. Okay, yeah, 2. I'll make sure it wasn't 3. We got 2 4th round picks next year. But this is where the Miami Dolphins say, hey, to a team, we want to trade you our 4th round pick next year for this year's 4th round pick. Not only that, we'll give you a 7th round. I don't know, but however they make it work. Because we got a whole bunch of 7th rounders. I'm going to tell y'all that now. And I'm going to tell y'all why we got a whole bunch. We'll talk about that in a second. But we'll get back in the 4th round. Thank you, Ryan Tannehill. We're back in the 4th round. That's where they should use that. You holding on to 2 4th rounds for 2024. This is where you want to use it. And this is probably why they did it. This is what you're supposed to do. So Ryan Tannehill will get us right back in the 4th round. Then we ain't never got to mention Tannehill again. Well, we'll mention him again because he comes later talking about him in the 7th round. All right. So that's how we're going to get back in the 4th round and still get some good value. A good player that, can we develop him? I just heard on TV, and it's so true. The dream of any GM is to draft a player in the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th round, and they end up becoming a Hall of Fame. Will that happen? Odds are no. But, hey, that's what it's all about. Back in the 4th round, y'all. We're back in. Thanks to Ryan Tannehill. Moving along. We go to the 5th round, and we have the 151st pick overall. We draft normal. That's what I see. We draft normal and take our 5th round pick, 13th in the 5th round, 151st player overall. We draft normal. Moving along to the 6th round. Remember, we don't have a 6th round, right? Y'all remember that? We don't have a 6th round. Now, let me say this. That's why I like what the Dolphins did, purging all these players. Because we right back in the 6th round, y'all. Same thing we did with Tannehill. Same thing we need to do with Robert Quinn. Hey, let me get you this year's 6th round, because there's going to be several teams with several 6th round picks. Let me get you this year's 6th round, and I'll give you my next year's 6th round that we had for Robert Quinn. And we're still going to have a regular 6th round pick next year. So we get another player to add to the roster to try to become that guy because we're putting it all on coaching. So we right back in the 6th round, thanks to Robert Quinn. The trade for Robert Quinn. We don't need 2 6th-round picks next year. Keep us relevant this year. We got too many roster spots to fill. Too many roster spots. Let all the experts that say we trading down, they say we're going to trade 1st-round picks to get a whole bunch of 3rds. We're going to trade 2nd-round picks to get a whole bunch of 4ths. And they say we might come out of the draft with 16 players. I don't like that. 10 is good enough. Better quality. Better quality, all right? So we right back in the 6th round due to Robert Quinn, all right? So this is working out perfect, man. Then we go to the 7th round, and we got 2 7th-round picks. Thanks to Ryan Tannehill, y'all. We get the 19th overall pick in the 7th round, which is the 233rd pick because of the Ryan Tannehill deal. That's what we get. Thanks to Ryan Tannehill, okay? Then we have the 20th pick in the 7th round, the 234th pick overall. We got this pick from Cleveland due to Jarvis Landry. The Jarvis Landry trade gave us this extra pick. Not only did it give us that extra, now Cleveland got that pick from Steelers from another trade that they made in the past. But Jarvis Landry's helping us out in the 7th round, giving us another pick. Okay? The reason why we got 2 picks in the 7th round from previous trades and not a normal pick is because we gave the Titans our 7th round pick as well because of Ryan Tannehill. But that's fine because he gets us back in the 4th. Somebody say it's not easy to trade down like that, and you agree it's not easy to trade down like that? When it comes to 7th round picks and stuff, that's easy. That's easy. Even though we're not trading in that round, maybe you're talking about the 2nd round pick. 2nd round pick, you may be saying it's hard to trade for a later 2nd round and to get a 3rd. It's not hard because the 2nd round is still an area where teams are saying, that's the guy I want, but they're nervous as hell. They're biting their thumbs. Man, will he be available in the 2nd round? It's not hard to trade down in the 2nd round. It's easy to trade down. We're trading down, not up in the 2nd round. We're trading down. Y'all remember all these scenarios that I told y'all, we're not trading up but once. In all of these scenarios, we keep trading down. It's easy to trade down. It's hard to trade up. And then in my scenario, we're only trading up once. And that's taking 2 4th-rounders to get up in the 3rd round. Now, we don't even have to be picky on where that is in the 3rd round because we got 3. This is going to give us 3 3rd-round picks. We're not picky. And we have so many 7th, we got 7th-round picks. If you got to add those for incentive, why not? And the reality is, this is the NFL. None of this is easy. None of this is easy. But this is a legitimate situation for the Miami Dolphins because these trade downs can easily happen. The only obstacle you got to get over is the trade up for those 2 4ths for a 3rd. That's the only obstacle that you have to try to get back in the 3rd with those 2 4ths. And we're going back in the 4th anyway, so don't forget that, all right? Now, so that's our 7 rounds mock draft. I know I didn't list players from 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7th round because, listen, anybody mock draft, 99% of the time they are wrong for their picks in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, okay? I'm not going to waste my time going through all of that. I'm just keeping it 100, okay? But that's my mock. But I want to talk about some other stuff. Because you can't go into this draft without talking about 2020. You can't talk about what we're going to do in this draft without also talking about 2020. And we've already started to talk about 2020 because Robert Quinn, 6th round, got us in this draft back up in the 6th. Tannehill, 4th round, gets us back in the 4th. And like I said before, just add a draft pick, whether it's a 7th round or something like that to it. Teams, they wouldn't mind. Some of them want to get out of it anyway. Some of those winning teams want to get assets for next year. Just the reality, man. But we got to talk about 2020, okay? We cannot forget that Jordan Lucas, y'all forget this, to the Chiefs. Y'all remember that? Jordan Lucas to the Chiefs? We get a 7th round pick in 2020 for that. This is where those small little assets make a difference. 7th round, that's so minuscule. I mean, let's keep it real. 7th rounders are so minuscule when it comes to value. But if you got a lot of them, you can package them and try to add small incentive for already no-brainer deals. And they're giving us a 7. Okay, you know, that's what makes it. So Jordan Lucas's 2020 7th round pick might come into play as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, we have to talk about the compensatory picks for 2020. I know we talked about them before, but we got more detail, okay? Because it can play a part in this year's draft. And why I say that, some of the assets for next year, we might literally trade them, because I ain't talk about none of those. I haven't talked about any draft pick for next year. I didn't talk about our 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th round pick for next year trading to get us into this year. In my scenario, we ain't got to mess with our original 7 picks. We don't have to touch our 7 picks for next year. We don't have to, okay? But I want to talk about the compensatory picks that we have coming next year, because those are picks that might allow us to touch our regular picks for next year to help us this year. First off, the best value for next year, and these, because the NFL, there is a website that'll tell you the projection for the compensatory picks in a better look now, knowing what we know, okay? Juwan James is our biggest value. What we did with Juwan James can literally net us a 3rd round pick next year. Excuse me. So next year, we could go in having 2 3rd round picks. We could go into next year having 2 3rd round picks. I'm not saying we're not going to keep those 3rd round picks next year just in case we want to move up and use all those assets going into 2024, who knows, a quarterback or whoever our guy is. But that 3rd round pick is very valuable. It is very valuable. That is the best value we're going to get from a compensatory pick standpoint, and it's from Juwan James because he signed such a big deal. And we didn't replace a player of equal value, so they are already pinning, not penciling, pinning that in as the Dolphins will get that compensatory pick, and it looks like it's going to be a 3rd rounder. That is a huge asset, y'all. I know y'all like, oh, we let one of our best this and that go. I think we're going to replace him in this year's draft at a much cheaper price. Much cheaper price. 250% cheaper possibly. And if it's the 2nd round, it might be 350, 400% cheaper. Literally. But you still get a 3rd rounder from your compensatory picks by not being a little greedy little animal in free agency this year, picking up another player of close to or equal value. This offseason, not picking up big contracts or getting that guy in free agency was all about compensatory picks. Let's hold off, save some money, and get some picks on top of it. The future of this league in the draft is compensatory picks, flipping those into an asset. Okay? So y'all watch out for that Juwan James 3rd round pick. It might be in play this year. Remember I said moving up to get Nick Bosa in the 1st round? Who knows? This whole situation I just named can still be the case in our 13th overall pick. might get shipped to one of the better teams, and we might take our first round 13th overall and that third round pick from Juwan James and maybe, I don't know, in something else and move up. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. Y'all watch out for that third round compensatory pick next year. But let me back up. Y'all forgive me. It's not going to happen. We're not going to use that pick to move up because it hasn't been awarded yet. But that doesn't mean our next year's third round pick might not get shipped this year in the draft. Y'all remember that. The Dolphins give away their third round pick for next year in this year's draft to get, I don't know, it might even be a second round player. But remember, that's an asset that we have, a third round pick next year. All right, moving along. Cameron Wake. Cameron Wake is going to warrant us a fifth round compensatory pick. Now, here's where Cameron Wake gets a little tricky, though. It gets tricky. If we move up, it better be a quarterback. Why, them funks? Why it better be a quarterback? You think they brought Ryan Fitzpatrick in here to literally go get a quarterback in the first round like that? And maybe they did. If they did, I don't know. Maybe they just say he's going to be a good backup, but that ain't why he came to Miami. He came to Miami because this was an opportunity to be a starting quarterback, one of those 32 jobs. So I don't know what they promised him in the office, but I don't think it's going to be a quarterback if we move up. And why would we move up for the players that's available when we move up anyway? We're not getting the number one overall pick. And that very well may be Kyler Murray. That very well might be Kyler Murray. So what, you want to move up for Haskins, who everybody on their board say he's slipping and slipping and slipping, may not even be in the top 20 now? So if he's available at 13, you mean to tell me you really want to waste your 13th pick on Haskins just because you feel like you want a new quarterback? That's what gets me, y'all. Let me look at y'all when I say that. That's what gets me. Haskins is available at 13, and we need a quarterback of the future. Oh, so since he's a quarterback, we got to go get him now? Just because he's available? And say that you have three better quarterbacks coming out next year. Three better ones. And you want to put your whole first round on Haskins? Oh, so you want a Cardinals situation. A Rosen situation. That's a real potential. Well, we drafted Haskins this year and we're like, oh, crap. Now we got to go try to get Tua next year. Really? You want to potentially waste a first round pick? Not me. That's just my opinion. But anyway, can't wait. Fifth round comp. Okay. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Ryan Fitzpatrick can ruin the fifth round compensatory pick. The reason we're getting the fifth round compensatory pick because we didn't sign any player of equal value to the Cam Wake deal. Cam Wake signed a 3-year, almost $16 million deal. If we sign somebody in the offseason for a value just like that, we won't get the pick. And we got the pick right now because Fitzpatrick is only like $10 million for 2 years. The problem is there's so many incentives in Fitzpatrick's deal that if he plays very, very well, and he gets up to that $15 million, we won't get that compensatory pick. If Fitzpatrick plays so well this year that his incentives reaches him up to about $16 million, we won't get the fifth round compensatory pick. So will we get it? We don't know, y'all. We don't know. Depending on how this season goes. But it's something for you to know. Keep your eyes on. Okay, this is all knowledge for real Dolphin fans who want to understand the ins and outs of the organization, the decisions the teams are making and why they're making it. The decision the team is making and why we're making it. Okay, so that's something that we have to wait long term to watch. How well did Fitzpatrick do? What all those incentives that he racked up, did it total 15.75 million? If it total 15.75, we don't have a fifth rounder for next year. That extra one. We got one, but not the extra one. So keep that in mind, y'all. Something for you real Dolphin fans who want to understand the books as well, the draft picks, the money, and all of that. Keep your mind on it, all right? Moving along. Now, wait, hold on now. But if Fitzpatrick does do well, okay, if he does do well, and we don't get that fifth round pick, we're still gonna get a compensatory pick, but it'll be a seventh round because of Bolden. Bolden signed the deal, okay? Bolden's deal, we don't get Bolden's compensatory pick because of Fitzpatrick, his current deal. But if Fitzpatrick earns enough money, so basically Fitzpatrick is going to wipe out somebody's deal. If he earns a lot of money, he's going to wipe out Cam Wake's fifth round compensatory. If he stays around where he is, he just wipes out Bolden's compensatory. So we get one regardless. It's just how well he does determines if we get a fifth round or a seventh round. So good news is we're still going to get a pick, okay? All right. All right, here we go. Let me keep going, all right? So that situation wasn't a big deal. All right, so Gore. Everybody thought we would get a compensatory pick for Gore, but we nixed that because we signed Eric Rowe on actually a deal that's more than what Gore got. So we don't get a compensatory pick for Gore because we signed Eric Rowe for actually more than what I believe Frank Gore even got. All right. Few guys who may get us a seventh round compensatory pick next year. William Hayes. But that's just if somebody picks him up. If anybody signs William Hayes, we should get a seventh round compensatory pick for him. But they will have to be taking a chance for him. Y'all got to understand, William Hayes played well for us. He was like in that middle down, but he's coming off of an injury, and he's, 34 years old, if I'm not mistaken? He might be done in the NFL. But if somebody picks him up, I don't care who it is. All we need is somebody to sign this man on the roster. And we'll get a seventh round compensatory pick. All right. Same thing goes with Stephon Anthony. Same situation goes. If anybody signs him, we get another seventh round compensatory pick. But these are all players that if someone signs them, y'all. These are crapshoots. Hayes was a good dude. Yeah, he was, but you cannot ignore 34 years old coming off of an injury. Typically, NFL life is over as he knows it whenever things like that happen, but anything's possible. Anything's possible, man. TD, have you checked out Devin White? He is the fastest linebacker in this year's draft. Yes, I have. And I would love to pick up Devin White. The situation is if we're going to move up, we're going to move up. And I would love to get a Nick Bosa over Devin White. So that's my dilemma. Love Devin White, but that's the dilemma. That is the dilemma, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have for my mock, okay? My mock draft, that's what I have, okay? So a quick recap for everybody who's coming in late. I think the Dolphins are going to select the 13th overall pick. If we do move up, it will be just because we want Nick Bosa. Okay, we got our dude and we want him. And the truth be told, we don't really have to give up much to move up. I mean, you got to give up quite a bit, but it wouldn't affect our scenario that I gave you. What I love about my mock, and if you didn't hear it, is the fact that we can go into the third round having 3 picks in the third round, and we didn't give up our second or our first round pick. Now, our second round pick, we moved down, but we stayed in the second, but we just picked up another third round pick. Devin White is a better option. I'll give him about 20 seconds to evaluate that comment because I'm not in total agreement with it. I'd rather Nick Bosa. Man, real talk, Matthew. I can't debate that. Let me tell you why. I would want Nick Bosa. Let me get that clear now. But if we move down and have to give up less, then maybe we can go get a Devin White. But you're right. You're actually right. When I come to think of it, you're right, and here's why. My thing is you can't pass up on Nick Bosa if you can, okay? But with all these players that we brought in on the D-line, and again, I'm putting everything on coaching, we need help at the linebacker position. And Devin White, you're right. Devin White might actually be a really, really good option. Hold on, y'all. Oh. Devin White might really be a really good option because we need help on the D-line. Oh, I understand what you're saying on the O-line, but if we go offense, we're going Jawan Taylor. That's my thoughts. I think we're going to be going Jawan Taylor, first round. At number 13, if we got him there. Shout out to Chris Knowles with the donation. Appreciate the love and support, man. Everybody who donated to this channel, though, thank y'all for your love and your support, man. You help me continue to do what I'm doing. We missed on both linebackers we've taken recently. Maybe they get better, but as of now, I haven't seen anything impressive. I totally agree, Professor Finesser. I totally agree. I keep telling people that, and they be like, "No, our linebackers are good. You know, Jerome Baker's good. Raekwon is okay." No, listen, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth and argue with anybody about that. Shout out Chris Knowles, keep dropping the donations. But I'm not gonna debate with y'all about our linebacker position because I'm gonna tell y'all straight out. We need help at linebacker. Kiko Alonso is good. Yeah, but he's not long-term, Brandon. It's not about who you got on the roster right now in our current situation. You can't look at our roster right now and just look at, oh, we got to build a team to win a Super Bowl next year. Every year you want to build a team to win a Super Bowl next year. But you got to keep the mindset of long-term. How do we think long-term and try to win a Super Bowl next year? Kiko Alonso probably going to be on the roster this year, so okay, he's fine. But 3 years from now, you think Kiko going to be on the roster? 4 years from now? So I don't care if he's good. As far as I care, if you can go get a third or fourth round pick for him. No, fourth or fifth, you know? Because he's not in the long-term vision of the team. So I don't talk about Kiko. I like Kiko. I actually do. I like Kiko. Kiko had some tackling problems, and then I think he improved it last year. Still ain't great, but he improved it. So I'm not giving up on Raekwon and Jerome because, again, I'm putting it on the coaches this year. But we need some help at linebacker. And then on top of it, where's the real competition to push these guys? I know we brought one in, but bring in a first-round talent. How about that? Bring in a first-round talent to challenge them. Bring in that first-round talent to make all of them say, oh, man, we really got to bring our A game. And the first-round talent's going to start anyway. Let's keep it 100. So now you got, Raekwon, Kiko, and Jerome fighting for a position. And truth be told, it gives you really good depth. Solid depth, okay depth, because those guys still ain't it. So I will say, Matthew, let me back up a little and say you're right. Don't get me wrong, Nick Bosa is the better player to me, the more impactful player. But for what the Dolphins need right now, I see what you're saying. But many can argue, no, they need Nick Bosa right now too because the defensive line. We can't look at it that way too because they brought in AAF players. We can't, man. Jimmy Johnson days. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Johnson days, man. Let me help y'all with this quarterback situation because I got like another 11 minutes and then I'm going to end this stream because I'm going to try to keep it to an hour going forward during the day now. But listen, when you say Jimmy Johnson era, Hold on. Okay, when we talk about that Jimmy Johnson era, man, I can't help but to think about Dan Marino. Even though Dan Marino was eras before that too. I mean, was legit, but the Jimmy Johnson era, man, honestly, man, Dan Marino's whole career, man, it just hurts me that we failed that man from winning the Super Bowl. Dan Marino didn't fail us. We failed him. That's why Dan Marino is the one who helped me, not gave me, but helped me get the mentality. Looking at his career, helped me understand the mentality that so many people get wrong. And this is why I say they're not real NFL fans. They don't know nothing about football. This is why I say a lot of people don't know nothing about football, but yet they talk it. When it comes to quarterbacks, all you got to do is look at Dan Marino. And he will help you understand that it ain't all about the quarterback. Like, how could Dan Marino have been any better to help us win a Super Bowl? But yet, it's all about the quarterback. Like, and that's what gets me for the life of me. People compare these quarterbacks and this, that, and this, but they never, it's lazy to me. It's lazy to me that they want to talk about the quarterback, but they don't want to talk about the quarterback's situation. There are some great quarterbacks that probably been in the NFL for maybe 4 or 5 years and gone now because people thought they were bums because they didn't pay attention to their situation. Let me help y'all out. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, what, it's been like 10 or 11 years? He goes to a Super Bowl and ain't been since? If it was about the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers should have been in the Super Bowl just as much as Brady. He goes to the Super Bowl and ain't been back since. Almost 11 years, 10 or 11. Oh, I forgot which one. Let's go further. Who else? Russell Wilson. Now they talk about possibly trading him if they don't do something by the 15th. And I'm going to be real with y'all. If they don't do something by the 15th, you might want to, pump the brakes. The Miami Dolphins might literally take a look at that situation. I'm not saying they're going to give away their 13th pick overall this year, but they might look into next year's first round pick and more. Listen, man, it's not all about the quarterback. You talk about Russell Wilson. Now they fighting on whether they want to give him a contract or not. But y'all want to say it's all about the quarterback. All about the quarterback, man. You start looking at the quarterback situation, man. I'm going to tell y'all now, Patrick Mahomes is going to be the ultimate proof. He's going to be the proof. I said it first. Shout out to George Albanese with the donation. Thanks for all you do, kid. I wish I was still a kid, but I'll take that. I'm a kid. That's right, baby. Wish I could give you more. Hey, trust me, that's $5 more than you needed to. I appreciate your love and your support, man. I appreciate your love and support. Thank you so much. Come on, man. It's not about the QBs, y'all. If that was the case, the Miami Dolphins would have won a Super Bowl with Dan Marino. Like, how would it have not happened? He had his receivers. He had his, oh my gosh. I was just watching, I was watching yesterday, Dan Marino, NFL Network, playing an hour about Dan Marino, man. And one thing that I love when I saw the clip of Dan Marino on the sideline, and this is the part that where Ryan Tannehill could have earned so much more respect from Dolphin Nation, but this was a flaw of Ryan Tannehill. Something I saw Dan Marino do, and I've never seen Ryan Tannehill do. He may have done it, but I've never seen it. when Dan Marino was on the side, well, in the huddle, breaking the huddle, well, coming to the huddle with his team, he was just like, "Gosh, man, give me 5 seconds to. I mean, no, give me. Can you give me 5 seconds to throw the out route? Something like that." He said to his offensive line, "Give me 5 seconds to throw the out route. Let's go, man." Like just talking to them. It is what it is. Y'all need to do this. Ryan Tannehill just did his job, didn't mess with anybody, did with no controversy. But sometimes you got to hide controversy and give it to players. And even whenever he did that in the huddle in preseason, I think it was Balaj or somebody, and they got on him. Who is he? This and that, that and this. And I didn't hear any more of that. I loved when he do it, even though the media killed him for it. But you got to ignore the media. If you're going to be a leader, be a leader at all times. Don't second guess when you want to be a leader. Talk your stuff all the time. And that's going to make you back it up on the field. Because if I was out there playing quarterback last year, I'd have been yelling every play. I need three. Y'all giving me a second. At least give me 3.5. Let's go. Every play. I don't care how much of it on the media would have been like, who is he to talk? No, I can care less. Give me my due. And that's where he's not even close to Dan Marino. And I love that about Dan, man. He going to talk his talk and he going to back it up. And he going to do what he want to do. He's going to do what he want to do, man. Hi, it's Fish Time. What's up, Fish Time? Shout out to you. Everybody on the live stream right now, if you have not subscribed to TD Fans Talk, hit that subscribe button. We got over 70 people in the room and only 34 likes. If you like what you're hearing, please hit that like button, show your support. Are you going to be live during the first round? Absolutely. You know I'm going to be live, baby. I'm going to be here. I might be right here in this seat. Ready, baby. Trying to see what's going down, man. That's what made Marino so good. He was a fierce competitor. Yes, he was. Hey, TD, it's Fitzpatrick. If Fitzpatrick wins us a Super Bowl by elevating others around him, would he pass Dan Marino for third best QB in Miami Dolphins history? Did he just ask that? Manuel Barreto? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe that question was just asked. There's so much wrong with that question. Oh, laugh it off. Oh my gosh. There's so much wrong with that question. I don't know if I just ignore it or if I answer it or if I take it serious. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. And oh my gosh. Something about it makes me feel like it was a serious question too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. First off, when you say third best, I'm not going to argue with you about who's better, Earl, Bob, or Dan. But you don't even put a number in front of them. All three of them, you just respect them and don't even put them up against each other and give them a number. My personal feeling. Second off, please never type Marino and Fitzpatrick in the same sentence. I don't care if Fitzpatrick won 4 Super Bowls for us in a row. Don't you ever type that. Please don't type that in the same sentence ever. And did you hear me? He can win us 4 Super Bowls in a row. And the answer will still be no. It will still be no. Like for real, for real. Gosh, that's what and this ain't about the person who wrote that now, what I'm talking about. That is the biggest disservice our franchise ever did was not letting Dan Marino get a ring. Because it allowed questions like this. It allowed questions like this. This is why I hate that we didn't get this man a ring. My Gosh, like people can really ask questions like this. Man, you'll say you tripping. Am I? All right, y'all let me know in the comment section. Maybe I am. Hey, sometimes we all off. Okay? Y'all let me know in the comment section, yes or no, is TD tripping right now? Is TD tripping right now? Please let me know. Please let me know in the comment section. Because basically, Manuel, when you say he did not win us a Super Bowl, you're basically saying it was Marino's fault we didn't win one. That's what you're saying, in essence. That is what you're saying, that it was Marino's fault that we didn't win one. He didn't win us a Super Bowl. That's what you're saying. Arguably, well, Brady eclipsed that now, but arguably behind Brady, and I know some of y'all will still argue that, but hey, I'm gonna give Brady the best quarterback of all time. I'm sorry, y'all can hate me all you want. But arguably the second best quarterback of all time without the Super Bowl, though. Like, imagine just one Super Bowl and people are arguing if he was the best of all time. Am I tripping? Please let me know. Hell no. Hell to the FUK no. I know what you mean. But I mean, Marino lost to Montana. So if you have to lose to someone, at least it's another all-time great. Will ever pass Marino as Dolphins QB. Put Marino on 2001 Dolphins squad and Ricky Williams' defense would have been a champion. I don't know D-Wade 561 because you got to understand if he was on that 2001 squad, Ricky Williams wouldn't have ran the ball as much as he did because Dan Marino will ignore Jimmy Johnson's run play and throw it all the time. We know that's a fact. But I see what you're saying. It was a very good chance that would have been a Super Bowl team. And the year they would have won the Super Bowl, in my opinion, is when he tore his Achilles. That was the year where they geared up. That was the year when he tore his Achilles. I don't know if it was 93. I don't remember what year that was. And trust me, I was a little kid at that time. This is just me in my teens and later life going back and really researching and understanding. You tripping if you don't ban that dude from your channel. Hey, Glenn, this is what it's about, though, man. I don't ban people for their opinions like that. Now, if he being disrespectful, well, I guess that is disrespectful, man. It's disrespectful, but nah, I ain't gonna ban that, man. How many times are we gonna argue about this? Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Tom lost to Eli twice. You got a point there, but at the end of the day, we can't say he ain't more than make up for it. The problem with Bosa is that he's so hyped. He might be a top 5 pick, maybe even second overall, and we don't want to trade up that high. But yeah, I get it. Never had no defense and no real game. Yeah, I remember Dan Marino said that yesterday. You know, he remembers that game where I forgot who he was playing against, but they had a 4 touchdown game, and I knew I had to throw 5 to win. So I went out and threw 5 touchdowns. That shows you the man never played with defense. He always had to deal with shootouts. Shootouts. Oh, Manuel said, TD, don't leave yet. I have a point to make. Let me type. Hey, type away. Hurry up, man, because I'm over my time. Type away. If your point good enough, man, then you might want to email me too, and we can get you on the phone. Maybe later this evening or maybe tomorrow. We can get you on the phone, man. Yeah, you done tripping. You done fell and bumped your head. Who, me, Ronnie? I done bumped my head by saying that. Maybe he ain't talking about me. Maybe he is. I don't know, man. Tom, first 4 wins was game managing, low scores, don't turn over the ball. So it's better to pick Devin White. Yeah, I get it, but it just depends on what the coaching staff want. Because you never know, they might have a different vision at linebacker. They might have a whole different vision. See, hold on, y'all. No, TD, I'm tripping with you. Oh, okay. TD, a bad QB on a great team can win a Super Bowl. Exactly. But also a great QB on a not as great team can win a Super Bowl, right or not? The second part, on a not as great team. That second part, no, you're right. Listen, you're right about everything you just said. You're right about everything you just said. That doesn't change anything. TD, a bad QB on a great team can win a Super Bowl. Yeah, they can. I ain't gonna say bad. No. I disagree. No, I mean they can't be bad. When we talk about quarterbacks, average, mediocre quarterbacks, yes, not bad. Come on, man. I don't think Blake Bortles can win a Super Bowl. I don't. So, and somebody just said Bortles is the only reason the Jags didn't make the Super Bowl. I didn't even read your comment, and Bortles came to mind. So you're wrong about that. A bad quarterback can't. But when we had these discussions, we talk about your average quarterbacks. I think Derek Carr can win a Super Bowl. I think Ryan Tannehill can win a Super Bowl. I think that one day maybe Sam Darnold can. You see what I mean? Those middle of the road quarterbacks, I think they can on a great team around them. Trent Dilfer, I mean, Dilfer, you can't argue it, okay? You can't argue it. Tampa Bay won a QB with a QB that was trash. What do you mean? What are you talking about, man? Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain, Trace Armstrong equals Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. Jimmy G. Real talk. Brad Johnson was trash. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't follow Brad Johnson much like that. Okay, didn't follow him much like that at all. But at the end of the day, he obviously wasn't trash in those games. He obviously wasn't trash in those playoffs. And also, tell me this: did he have the best defense in the league at the time? We all talk about Tampa Bay, right? Was that the Warren Sapp years? Let me know. Won the Super Bowl in like 2000 or something. Like they like that they had a trash QB. All right, let's back up for a second. We also have to consider the times as well. We also have to consider the times. Quarterbacks then are totally different from the quarterback makeup now. Quarterbacks, what they're allowed to do now is totally different from what they're allowed to do back then. There is totally different landscape. Totally different. What I am telling you is if Fitzpatrick wins a Super Bowl for the Miami Dolphins, he will not be considered better than Dan Marino. That is what this is about. That is what this is about. You're trying to sit here and make an argument of why if Fitzpatrick wins us a Super Bowl, that he is better than Dan Marino. Are you kidding me? And them folks, thank you. I wish you could say it loud and proud. Dan Marino would kill this league if it was as easy. If they had all these quarterback rules in play. Where everything's easy. When they had the receiver rules in play. When you can challenge a pass interference. All this stuff coming down the pipe. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Dan Marino said in my dream scenario, his teammates talk about I'll buy a mansion, I'll do this, I'll buy this car, their dream. Dan Marino said my dream is to be able to pass the ball on every single play of my career. Are you kidding me, man? And I'm out of here on that note, man. This TD fans talk, man. I ain't mad at you, Manuel. You got your opinion, I got mine. We all good, homie. We all good, man. But opinion, you big time off on this one. My opinion is that you are way off on this one. Not even close to sanity on this one. And I'm not calling you insane. I'm indirectly calling you insane. Because I don't like talking bad about people like that. And I ain't talking bad about you. You good with me, bro. But you off on this. Just like homeboy, if you was here right now, I'd be like, you crazy, man. You wrong. No. You better than Dan Marino. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. So is Russell Wilson better than Dan Marino? He won a Super Bowl. Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying? Is Eli Manning better than Dan Marino? Is that what we're saying? I can go through to the Super Bowl champs of the last 20 years. You got to take Brady's out. But whoever won the Super Bowl in the last, come on, are they better than Dan Marino? You good, Manuel? Love you too, man. Trent Differ better than Dan Marino now, based off of your argument. This TD Fence Talk, man. Love y'all, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the mock draft. If this happens, I will be very excited. But this is the type of action and movement that I want to see. I want to see getting some more picks in the early first 3 or 4 rounds. That's what I want to see. And not the first. All right? But this TD Fans Talk, love y'all. Thank you for your love and your support, man. Peace. I'm out of here, y'all. Again, if you are an NBA fan, man, go subscribe to my other channel, TD Sports Talk. I'm going to be covering the NBA playoffs, at least half of the games, because we know it's a slew of games. It's just too many to cover. What's up, man? You up? What?
Yeah, fries.
You want fries? No, you can't have fries. You need to eat your vegetables. Come say hi to everybody. And I'm not mommy, it's daddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. You just woke up, man. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, you shy. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you can say bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, bye, y'all. Love y'all, man. Let me go ahead and play with the little ones and get them ready. All right, man. This TD Fans Talk, man. I end the video, you guys. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out.